You're now watching Haunt Talk with your host Scott from Exploring Attractions and Rob from the Howling Hour, home for all things scary and spooky related.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Haunt Talk podcast. My name is Scott.
And I am Rob.
And we are Haunt Talk. Today we have a brand new episode for you guys. This is kind of just like an all over the place episode, I would say.
Yeah. Let's dive into a lot of things. Well, a lot of things got announced and popped up, so we're just gonna go all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, like it's always fun to just have these to where we just kind of chit chat and have fun.
Yeah.
We've been doing interviews and we kind of took a break because there was really no large horror haunt news. So, and also Rob and I's scheduling has been terrible. So
yeah, it's pretty hectic.
But you know what they say, once you make it to podcast 20, I think we said this before, then like you're good, because most podcasts end around episode 20. And I think this is number 6 or 5, so
I think so.
We're almost there. We're keeping going strong.
Yeah.
But we have Dark Harbor news, so that's fun. That's the elephant in the room.
Yes, we do. Yeah, that's a huge welcomed elephant in the room, actually.
I guess you could say it's the huge ship in the room, really.
There you go.
And we also have Midsummer Scream, some Hallow Scream stuff. We have some a couple of different like movie related stuff. So so Rob, I'll let you decide. What do we start off with today?
You know what? I didn't get to see it, so let's talk about. You just watched Tarot, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yes, I watched Tarot.
What'd you think of it? I mean, I saw online you had posted, just your little kind of quick thoughts, but let's talk about it.
Yeah, so we'll spin real quickly on this, and then we'll bump into Abigail too, because we've yet to talk about Abigail on the actual show. Right. But Tarot was probably one of the dumbest horror movies I've ever watched, to be honest. And I have a little mini review coming out on our social platforms, which will already be out by the time you guys are watching this show. But Tarot was interesting. Like it's a PG-13 horror movie, so you got to take it with a grain of salt. But honestly, like the trailer and everything made it seem pretty good, and I felt like it was one of those things where like the trailer was good, but not so much the movie. However, when I watched it, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Like definitely super campy and corny and everything. Little to no character development because the movie was like an hour and 25 minutes. However, like the jump scares were pretty good. The jump scares were scary, and some of the kills were gruesome for a PG-13 horror movie. I gotta say, it was like probably a good 7 out of 10, 6.5 out of 10 for me. The reason why I say it's dumb is not to say it's bad. It was dumb. You can like a movie that's dumb. Especially,
that's true.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Especially a PG-13 horror movie.
Right. I mean, for me, like I didn't see it. I probably won't be able to see it for at least a while, just because schedules. But the concept of it looked pretty cool. I definitely kind of sparked my interest. It's like find someone's, at least from the trailer, you find someone's tarot cards and you're not supposed to use them, and you are right. You can have a dumb horror movie, but still have fun with it. That's like one of those things where, and I'm not like we like movies, we love movies, and I'm not one of those people that's like, oh well, it's got to be this. You know what? If it's dumb but entertaining, sign me up.
Yeah, I mean, I think that one of the biggest things was like there was like a little twist, I guess you could say. And like it wasn't anything crazy, but I mean, it was good. I enjoyed it. I really can't complain. I knew exactly what I was expecting to see. Like with Imaginary, I was excited to see that because of how much they hyped it up. But then I was left a little bit disappointed. With this, there's little to no like anticipation because they marketed it as PG-13. Right. And it just kind of looked kind of dumb from the beginning. So I left the movie theaters happy. Like I recommend seeing it. And the actual monsters were really, really like detailed. So I appreciate that too.
That's cool. Very cool.
But we both watched Abigail though.
Yes, we did.
And I have some random ideas for a Horror Nights experience for it, but we'll real quickly, since Abigail's kind of old news, we'll just give our quick little mini reviews on it.
Yeah. I mean, I liked it. I thought it was not I wouldn't say dumb, but there were some parts where it was just kind of like, that's silly, but the ballerina vampire. But in the context of the movie, it made sense. Definitely very gory. Definitely the cast, I think, elevated the movie so much because everyone
We
in
have a
their
couple
role.
of scream queens in there.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone in their role, I think, just did a phenomenal job, and it made the movie very entertaining for me.
Yeah, I mean, I like we talked about it a lot. When this movie we talked about a lot, and specifically just like Imaginary, um, Abigail was just it. It shocked me. It really did
Okay.
surprise me, and I was fully expecting for this not to be the best movie,
Okay.
just because like how do you make a ballerina vampire scary? Let me tell
Right.
y'all though, I was wrong. It was so good, and yeah, like I said, a couple scream queens in there in the horror world. What's her name? Catherine, right?
Right. Catherine Newton.
Yes, Catherine Newton. She's amazing in literally every
Yes.
single horror thing that she plays. I mean, Lisa Frankenstein, she was the main character in there, and the whole cast I feel like was perfect. Like you have like the mean kind of badass guy who also turns out to be, spoiler alert, also be bad at the end, and
Right.
then you have the dumb big buff guy. It was just like the perfect characters, and then you have like
Right.
the mom, obviously the one who has kids and has trauma and all this. So perfect cast of different characters there. And honestly, like the reason why I say I feel like this can be in some Horror Nights experience is because number one, it's Universal made, right? This was a
Right.
Universal movie.
Yes.
And number two, not maybe not necessarily a haunted house, but maybe like I could see the ballerina kind of sadistic vampire transition in the where they had Blumhouse last year, like in the theater.
Okay.
You know how like Megan came out and danced, and then all of a sudden
Right.
like it was
Right.
like all dark and everything. I think that they could do something like that with Abigail, to be honest, which I wouldn't be opposed to because at least we get her featured at the event, in the movie featured
Yeah.
at the event.
I mean, for me, like I think you make a good point as far as kind of taking that Megan spot, but I mean, really, I thought this could be a really cool scare zone, or even
Yeah, yeah,
I think there's enough material for a whole house, but even like how Blumhouse has been doing, like these half house kind of things. So,
yeah, yeah.
we just different properties in that house, and Abigail being one of them, but
I think
definitely,
it's a little
I
bit
think
different because this was in Blumhouse, though,
right. You're right.
so it had to be
I
mixed with something else.
right. So I think I mean, if it's a Universal movie, they can put other things. But I just go to my original thought is, I think this all the characters that were in this movie, even the ones that weren't scary, could make for a good scare zone because you will have Abigail, who is the vampire, but there are enough characters are you can likeness of characters to have them running around and where have you seen her, kind of just kind of
There's
popping out
multiple
and
different like protagonist characters, and then later
right.
on in the movie we realize that there's even more antagonists that we
Right.
didn't even know about without
So
giving
we
too
could
much away.
we could, yeah, we could pull from that, but I do think Scare Zone, and for sure, I mean, just with the sets in this movie, it could be a full on house at Horror Nights.
I hope soon Hollywood goes back to trying to do an IP based scare zone. I mean, we had The Purge for all those years, which obviously
Right.
The Purge just works in any scare zone, haunted house, literally anything.
Yeah.
But they haven't done an IP scare zone for a while, other than Trick or Treat, I believe was the last one, which was
Yeah.
2018.
Yeah.
And that was awesome. So, like,
Yes, it was.
Horror Nights, please give us an IP scare zone again soon. Which I don't think the case will be this year either. But I hope one year soon we get an IP based
you know
scare
what?
zone.
Maybe they'll watch this video and be like, "Hey, you know what? Those guys at Haunt Talk, they had a great
Yeah,
idea."
right. Let's do like a random haunted house that has no correlation to Abigail and put
Yeah.
it in the French Street. You know.
There you go. There you go.
But all right, well, that's our little movie talk. I kind of want to do more like movie talks like this because we are like, yes, we're haunt talk, but we're a horror based podcast. So
Right.
on this show, if we haven't made it clear already, we're literally going to talk about anything horror related. So I love chatting movies. I feel like that's one of mine and yours like big passions is like horror movies in general.
Sure.
So, but yeah, let's see what we got next. I guess we should talk about the ship in the room. We've kept them waiting long enough.
Yeah.
So Rob was able to attend this. I unfortunately was not. So Rob took my place because Rob is the greatest person in the world. And I only ever trust him to do media events for me because he chef's kiss.
I appreciate it.
But okay, so tell me exactly what the vibe was when you got there.
Oh man. Well, okay. So the vibe before the event, like, in the process of the event starting, getting on the ship and kind of checking in and stuff, no one knew what was going on. We all had thoughts. I think we all thought Dark Harbor was going to make a return, but no one wanted to actually say it, like kind of jinx it kind of thing. So,
if you think about it from the actual email and invitation, it didn't have too much signs of Dark Harbor. Like it just looked like a generic Halloween thing.
Yeah, like something spooky was going to happen. So, I was talking to a couple buddies and we were just kind of like, well, maybe it's going to be some kind of like, Dark Harbor light. And we were joking around like, like the Dark Pier or,
the Dark Pier.
Yeah, just kind of like different things like that. So that was the vibe going into it, but everyone was really excited. Everyone, they really like they did up the place. The room we were in, it was really nice. They, and then, we're sitting down, and we're getting ready for the event. And, there's, people from, council people from the city of Long Beach there. So we're like, oh man, like,
yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah, this is a big deal. This isn't just like some little announcement they're doing. And, then, it's funny because we were there and there was a little, technical difficulties happen. So they start playing the video with no audio and you start to see
like scary
characters. Characters emerge through fog. And real quick, maybe like 10-15 seconds of the video. And then, we're all just kind of like, then they stop the video and rewind it. And we're all just kind of like, did we see what we just saw? We're just like, wait, hold on. So then they play the video with the audio, and then we see all our iconic characters: Scary Mary, the captain, the ringmaster. And then they announce, Dark Harbor's returning. And look, I'm getting like goosebumps right now thinking about it, just because.
Dude, honestly, from being like just watching it all happen on social media, I was like, Jesus, man, this is going to wreck me not to be cliche, wreck. But like I'm going to get wrecked at Dark Harbor, both with spirited beverages and on the ship. And the reason I say that is because this event is absolutely fucking terrifying.
It's I mean, being on the ship itself, like with no spooky anything, is just eerie. There's an eerie feeling on the ship, and I loved it. As when I was on the ship, it's beautiful. I'm looking at it,
it's so old and so nice.
Yes, it's a beautiful ship, but also as you go inside, there's just like these long hallways, and it's an eerie, these deep, parts of the ship. It's just an eerie place, but it was the night. It was amazing. And then with the announcement of Dark Harbor returning, then they're like, oh, the spirits rise. It was just like everyone was geeking out, and it was awesome. It was just, I mean, I'm sad you couldn't be there to experience that. And I'm glad that you allowed me to cover it, because it was just like being there and witnessing the announcement there, and just hearing obviously, as spooky fans, we love all this stuff, but just hearing how important the Queen Mary is to Long Beach, and how important Dark Harbor was as an event to the city of Long Beach, just is like, as horror fans, we kind of just like, oh, it's spooky and we're getting this, but also it's important to like the city, how much, income it brings to the city, and what the Queen Mary itself represents for the city of Long Beach. And people come everywhere to do all these things on this ship. And now that Dark Harbor's back, it's like one of the important things for the city of Long Beach is back. And so everyone just was really excited, and it was an awesome thing to be a part of.
Yeah, I mean, I was quite jealous. I feel like all like the true horror fans were there, like the haunt fans were there in attendance. I mean, like at these different media events, you get people from all over the place, but I feel like just from seeing who all was there, without naming any names, I feel like that was like the core bread and butter, like horror fan base.
Oh,
Like, it was awesome
for sure,
because
for sure.
all the people that were there like got to experience Dark Harbor too. Had been to the event many years ago, and I loved it, and that's why I'm bummed I didn't get to go and share that experience with you. But like the fact that now all of us like haunt horror fans are gonna get to have fun and experience Dark Harbor once again with all of our favorite characters makes me so happy.
Yeah, and they're running a pretty long time. They're going from, I think it was September 20th all the way till I think the first weekend of November. So that, it's going to be a good run. It's going to be a good run. I don't know.
Usually I don't think Dark Harbor kicked off. I think it kicked off like the October 1st usually, if I'm
pretty sure it was like
there.
late September, I think, but early October. But I mean, it's exciting. I don't know what mazes they're going to bring back, and I think if I'm not mistaken, there's one or two new characters that they're adding.
I did see one new character which looks like some form of like demented doctor.
Yeah, so we'll see, but I'm real excited. I'm happy it's back. The horror community, I know, just based off the around the surrounding days when the announcement was made, the horror community was just very receptive to it and very excited. So it's going to be awesome.
I feel like this definitely was under wraps for a while, like up until we started teasing it like 2 days before, and like a couple other buddies mentioned it like a day before. Like they sent the invite out probably 3 weeks in advance, and like it was kept under wraps. Obviously everyone had like their like how do you call it, like the don't talk about it type of deal. But like usually there's people who like talk about it still. This was kept very quiet. So I gotta say, so this event is going to be put on by 13th Floor Productions, right?
Right.
So those are the creative minds behind the Los Angeles Haunted Hayride and the late but not so great Shacktoberfest.
Also, did they do they did is it Delirium or?
Yes, yeah. I believe so. Yeah. They've been on Shark Tank before. They're like huge production company. But Shacktoberfest was fine. Like I didn't necessarily have a problem with it. I know a lot of people who did. However, the reason I didn't go back for a second year is because it was more like a family-centric event, so that really wasn't what I was looking for per se. And it just felt weird because it took place of Dark Harbor, which was such a loved event. So like it just felt odd.
I never went to Shacktoberfest, not because I was like against it or anything like that. It was just, as it's pretty much September and October. There's so many haunts going on, and I don't go to one haunt more than one time, with the exception of Horror Nights and Knott's. So I just didn't get a chance to get out there, right? Because just like pretty much all the other stuff I had lined up. But that's what I heard. The first year is kind of family friendly. I did hear the second year got a little more dark, but still not.
It just felt like weird being in Dark Harbor's place.
Okay.
But regardless, though, I mean, I want to talk about the trailer because while some people are questioning the amount of production that will go into this event, first and foremost, they hosted a whole media event just to announce it.
Right.
That will tell you a lot. They had the council people there and everything. They had the ringmaster was there. They had a couple of different actors. I know Looney was there.
Yes.
And she's like an OG of Queen Mary.
Yes, she is.
I think that they're going to put a lot of money into this. Number one, because like you were saying, how important Dark Harbor and the Queen Mary in general is to the city of Long Beach.
Right.
And number two, if you guys watch the full production video, the teaser trailer, I mean, like I got chills. I felt like it was a movie trailer. Like it made me like so happy. And got me like so pumped. Like there was like the adrenaline inside of me. It was like, damn, this is like so freaking exciting the way they put that together. Seeing the captain, Scary Mary, Samuel the Savage, Chef. Like, I mean, like, oh man, it was, and it's officially named Queen Mary's Dark Harbor, The Spirits Rise, because the spirits are indeed rising this year.
No, I thought and the music too. The music, and playing in the background of the video. Just, I mean, that was like a little movie trailer, legit, that they put out. So, yeah, I know. But like I said, watching it was goosebumps. It's exciting. I can't wait. I can't wait.
Yeah, yeah. What are some things that you want to see return just right off the bat?
Like the speakeasy stuff like that, like just the cool, I'm not a big drinker, but like just the little things, and
it's about the vibe.
Yeah, it is, and just to be able to go back on the shit, man. Just I don't, even if I feel like they're gonna bring a lot of stuff back, because it's a returning year, and I'm not like saying like, I have low expectations, because my expectations are really high, but if they bring back everything that was from 2019, like the exact same, the fact that it's back, I'm excited for that. It's been gone long enough to where it's still, it will be fresh. And there's people, we always have to remember, for those of us who go to all the events and experience everything, there are people, new generations, who did not get to experience this.
Exactly, yeah.
So they're going to be, that's all going to be new to them. And it's just, I feel like, I don't think anyone, if they bring everything back, like a complete redo of their year their last year that they were there, which is 2019. 2019. Yeah. If they bring back everything, I don't think there's anyone that's going to be like, they should have done this, or they should have brought something new.
Yeah, I know. And for me, like, obviously new generation may, because you do, unfortunately, I'm going to say that the obvious in the room, unfortunately, have the people who just attach themselves to one haunt event, which is fine, but then don't go to another event and just completely crap on it just because it's not something that you're used to.
Right.
There's people out there who enjoy every single event, like myself, you, just a bunch of our friends and everything.
Yeah, for sure.
There's different appreciation in each event, and Queen Mary, I feel like, with what you're saying, they're to clone 2019 for this year. I honestly, I'll be fine, except for Rogue, because Rogue, I did not like getting freaking water blasted in the face.
Yeah, that was speakeasy. I was talking to a few buddies, and that was one of the things. They're like, we hope they don't bring back Rogue or the water blasters, because that was the worst.
Just the whole the whole obstacle area of Rogue was like, it was whatever, maybe like it's fun if you're a little tipsy and stuff, but like when you're trying to film and like you're just trying to have fun, it's not so.
I'm like, I don't want to climb. I don't want to climb anything. Just scare me. Scare me.
So I mean that's it really. But everything else, just copy and paste. At this point, and I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will copy and paste some stuff. I love Intrepid, because even where Intrepid was at, there's that train which has an annoying horn all night long. And you go inside the train, and then you go inside this church, I think it was. But then in the buildings that's hosted, in which this is off the ship, mind you, in the buildings that it's held in, they're very, very tight, but the house feels so long, and there's so many different little creepy corners and areas. I really enjoyed Intrepid in 2019, so I hope that we get that back as well.
Oh yeah, I think I just like I said. I'm kind of just I'm expecting, like you said, a copy and paste of 2019, and I'm fine with that. Right. I'm 100%. It's back. I feel like,
especially because I don't know how long you've been going, but I've been going for 4 or 5 years, so it's honestly, that'll be a good refresher. Okay, this is what Dark Harbor is about, and then in 2025, it'll be damn, here they are with a whole new thing.
Well, yeah, 2019 was my first year going. I just, it was just. Like I said, a lot of other things, but I didn't go. 2019, I didn't go as I don't know, a vlogger, if you will. I went just as no camera, nothing, and you just enjoy the event. So that's it's a different mindset I had back then. But I think like I said, copy and paste, and then the next year, I'm gonna have the same rule for Dark Harbor as I did when the event started coming back after COVID. I'm gonna give you a year or two to just kind of settle in, because you had that time off. Dark Harbor, obviously, it's gone longer. But I'm going to give them this year and even next year to kind of okay, let's find our footing. Let's see what we're gonna do. This works, this doesn't work, and because times have changed. It's not 2019 is not 2024. So I'm gonna give you guys some grace, and let's see. But I don't think they need it. I think they're gonna knock it out of the park with whatever they do, and I'm just excited for it. So, but yeah, I'm gonna have that rule is I'm gonna give them time. You do you this year. Figure out what works, and then next year, improve on that, and then after that, I think the ball will be rolling, and they're gonna be even better than when they were before.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm pumped for Dark Harbor. I think that if you've never been, then I highly recommend checking it out this year, and just know that it's way different compared to all the different haunt events out there. And that's what makes it special.
Right.
They heavily rely on the paranormal, creepy side of things on the ship to kind of carry the event, along with all the different characters and monsters and stuff like that. Not to mention, they're already teasing brand new entertainment on their social media. So I'm all for the entertainment, because the entertainment was great. I mean, even if they bring back the slider show too, that'll be great.
I'm hoping they bring back the slider show.
Yeah. But some other big, or I guess you could say another big haunt announcement or announcements comes from right across the street. Midsummer Scream has announced a couple of panels / presentations. They have confirmed them.
Yes.
And the fact that Queen Mary's Dark Harbor will have a presentation this year, and Halloween Horror Nights with John Murdy, the creative director of the event.
Yes.
Sorry, I had to take a pause there. Of Halloween Horror Nights will also have a panel presentation as well. So you think we're going to get any announcements from... I mean, we know that we'll probably get an announcement for Horror Nights, but you think we'll get some announcements for Dark Harbor at Midsummer Scream?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, from now... Because when we were at the event, they said, they're going to be announcing things. So I don't know how much they're going to announce before Midsummer Scream, but for sure I think they're going to hold off on maybe a maze, maybe a new maze. Maybe they have one new maze and they're going to hold that till Midsummer Scream. But even characters, or maybe just different I guess things that they're going to implement that are new. So I think for sure, I mean, obviously they're having a panel, so we're going to get some announcements. But I think they're going to hold out if they have a new maze or a new character. They're gonna save that until Midsummer Scream, and I wouldn't be mad about that, because that's a place where you do announce stuff like that. So it's cool to see them back. And not to mention,
like during the I want to say it was 2018 Dark Harbor presentation or 2019, they did introduce like a new character, and they did have like characters come out on stage and stuff like that. So maybe you're right. Maybe that would be the perfect place for it.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, Midsummer Scream, tickets are going to sell out. I guarantee it. Maybe not yet, but they will sell out. So you want to make sure you get your tickets for Midsummer Scream.
Yes.
Because we are both very, very large fans of Midsummer Scream. It is literally one of the best conventions out there, especially if you're a horror lover. And honestly, like, you have to go 3 days at this point to get everything done. I used to only do 1 day, but now I've been doing 2 days. And honestly, I think I'm going to have to do 3 days next.
So I mean, yeah, pretty much I would go pick up my tickets Friday night, and then just kind of stay there and just vibe but now I take Friday night, like what my tradition's kind of been now for the past couple of years is Friday night I show up, take some pictures, and kind of mingle with everyone there. Saturday is crazy. It's so crazy. Nuts. Saturday is just nuts. It's one thing after another thing after. It's all fun,
because you got the hall shadows. You have the presentations that are back to back sometimes. Right. So there's a lot,
and you get to do it with your buddies. Like I'm gonna see you. I'm gonna see all our friends are gonna be there. We're gonna get to do all this stuff together. Hear all these announcements together. And Sunday, Sunday's a little more relaxing, but you still get some pretty big announcements, especially HHN is usually closing it out. So we got good stuff there. But you know what? I enjoy so much is the after hours party that they have, or
I think I need to go to this one this year.
Yeah, I dance the night away until it's time to go home.
Yeah.
Go home, take a shower, sleep, and then get up and then.
Oh, you know why? Because that like gives Scream Break vibes right there.
It does. It does.
Just like dancing with all the different characters and everything.
Yes, because everyone in cosplay is still in cosplay, and it's awesome. But yeah, Midsummer Scream. If you're a horror fan, that's where all the announcements are going to be. They have celebrity meet and greets, all that good stuff. Vendors, all the vendors there are so awesome. They do such a great job with all their stuff, and the characters walking around. Just it in the Hall of Shadows, man. All those mazes.
Yeah, the freaking haunts, man, are so good.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, jeez, that was fucking weird.
I got excited.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I know that we've talked about it like early on, but yeah, we've also been like fiddling with the idea of doing a live podcast there.
Yeah.
So
We'll
that would be cool. Like even if it's not like a presentation, I don't think we're that big yet. So because I know some people will do like podcasts where like people come and listen to them.
Yeah.
But even if like we just like find a place in the convention center and then we can have like random guests just come on, that would be cool for you and I to do.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
So we can get some of our cosplay friends. We can walk around and get random people to say stupid crap into the mic.
Well, for sure we can do that.
Yeah. So yeah, I think Savannah's actually gonna cosplay this year too. So
nice.
Be fun.
Look at
I'll
her
have
go.
fun like taking pictures and stuff like that.
That's dope.
But lots of ideas in the book. Rob and I are still great. Even if we go a little blank on social media, it's because we have no content. So,
but you know what? Now, like we're in May. We're more stuff's
and look
gonna
at all the
come
news
out.
that came out this month already, or like last month.
Yeah. So it's gonna pick up. It's picking
The
up.
Strangers. We're both going to watch The Strangers.
Yes.
So
yes.
we'll be able to talk about that.
For sure. Also,
yes. Howl Scream.
Yeah, there you go.
San Diego.
There you go.
We
yes.
have a huge news, which I'll let you pull up, Rob, while I do some fillers.
Okay.
We have some huge news that Rob and I received in a press release about Howl Scream San Diego that we want to give you guys a little special deal before we wrap up this show. So Rob's going to read it off to you guys. I think they're doing this for Howl Scream Orlando as well. But yeah, I believe this is for a limited time for Howl Scream.
Yeah, I think it's just
San Diego.
It's just for this week. I have all the stuff here, but it's not popping up. But here we go. It's I guess I'll just read. The best scares happen in pairs. So you and a buddy at the minimum of 2 tickets, you can get it's $38.99 for Howl Scream. There are no blackout dates, so you buy your tickets. It's got to be at least 2. You buy your tickets for $38.99, and you can go any night that they are running Howl Scream. Which I think the tickets are actually closer to $60 or $70.
Yeah, I want to say they're like $62 last year.
Yeah. So $38, and you're not gonna go alone. You're gonna bring a friend. So you save yourself some money there. And Howl Scream, let me just say, every year that they've put on this event it was good the first year. It got better the second year, and it just keeps getting better. So I'm excited. I'm excited to what they bring back, and this is a great deal. I mean, Howl Scream's always. This
will be year 4, right?
Yeah, this is year 4. They do really good with being that the park is relatively small, and it is it's SeaWorld. So they have all these attractions going on during the day, but what the space that they utilize it very well, and the mazes that they have are awesome. Really, I mean, it's just it's.
Yeah, I mean, if you consider the budget that they have, they're really good.
Oh, for sure. Like, I love Nightmare Experiment. Like it like the crazy, like the psych ward, and you walking through it. It's just like you don't even realize you're like in this. What is it like I mean, it's not a building.
It's like a parade building.
It's a parade. Okay,
tent.
Yeah. There you go, parade tent. You don't even realize you're in there. It feels so like just immersive, and the Simon Slaughterhouse that they did. That's just like 100%. slaughterhouse vibes, like
Texas Chainsaw.
Yes. So they do a really good job. So
Yeah.
I highly recommend get those tickets. I think it's just going on this week, so get them and head out to SeaWorld for Howl-O-Scream, because they do a phenomenal job over there.
Yeah, we can't say enough about Howl-O-Scream San Diego because it's fun. Another thing that you got to go into with certain expectations, and as far as like, you know, these places, these haunt events don't have no Halloween Horror Nights budget, so like appreciate them for what they are, and the fact that SeaWorld's able to deliver still an amazing fun event filled with entertainment. And there definitely is a thing called too much, and what I like about SeaWorld is they have the acknowledgement in their own minds that they're not going to do the entire park, because if they do the entire park, the event's not going to be as good. Whereas they do half the park, and the quality's a lot better. So I really appreciate SeaWorld for that. You know what? Because there is a thing, like I said, it's too much.
Yeah. No. I completely agree with you. And I'll say this, and I'm not like, this isn't me bashing anyone or anything like that, but I'll kind of echo what you say. And it is it's not a thing like lower your expectations in a negative way, but every park is different, and not everyone's gonna be Halloween Horror Nights. And if you like haunt events, support these haunt events, because let me tell you something. I remember,
buy the tickets, like do everything.
Yes, I remember when we didn't have haunt events, and it was horrible. And let's not forget that. Let's remember that every event offers something different, and go into the event knowing that. Like, I know when I go to Fright Fest, it's not Horror Nights, but I enjoy what Fright Fest is. When I go to Howl-O-Scream, I know what Howl-O-Scream is, and I enjoy Howl-O-Scream. So just remember that. Support the haunts, whatever haunts you choose to go to. Just remember there's smaller haunts that are just as good. You're gonna have just as much fun.
And if you don't want to go to them, then that's fine. But don't go to them like expecting some Universal Studios quality or some freaking Disneyland quality, and then be disappointed when you don't have that.
It's not. I'm not attacking anyone. I guess maybe bugs me or irritates me when people go to these smaller events and be like, oh well, it's not. Compare it to this large event that has all this money to throw away. I say, you know what? No, like, don't do that. Like, go to the event, enjoy the event. Don't compare it to other events. Like, you're at this event, enjoy that event.
I think it also comes down to like the way that me and you are. Like, we have big hearts for everyone in the haunt community. That is true. And like all the different monsters and everything, we're really good friends with, and just like we see the appreciation in a lot of stuff. Right. Which like I want to preference that like. This isn't a target at anybody or anyone. If you like a certain thing, then you like a certain thing. That's fine. Right. I guess our point is just like, don't go to any event and then just expect it to have the same quality as something else, because you're gonna be disappointed because you're expecting some high scale thing. For the longest time, Knott's Scary Farm wasn't able to rival Halloween Horror Nights because everybody was like, oh, it's not that good. Now finally everyone's seeing the quality in Scary Farm, and they've been able to up their budget and sell more merch and do all this stuff because there's more fans supporting it. I think that one of the biggest things is like, for me, it's like, we do get the media events and stuff like that. We do get entry for free. But that's not to say that I'm not going literally like 5 other times to these events as a paying guest and supporting these places, because I enjoy going to them. I went to Howl-O-Scream 3 times last year.
and I'll even say this. Just not... I don't get to go to all the events for free. I mean, Scott, like you have media, and a lot of times you let me cover for you if you can't go, but they're like Fright Fest. A lot of times I'm paying to go. Like I support this Howl-O-Scream.
And you go multiple times.
And I go multiple times. And I'll even say like Howl-O-Scream. I think one year I had got media and that was, with your help and stuff. And then the other years I paid to go, and I still went. I enjoyed the event. So I try, and I'm not telling anyone to do this. Like you said, if you don't like an event or you don't want to go, don't go. You do you. But for me, if I like an event, I'm gonna support it. Even if I do get media, you're gonna catch me buying merch, and I'm gonna put money in there another way. So you
don't know, nobody owes anything to these events, especially like the large scale places like Universal and Knott's and stuff like that. Like, you don't owe anything, However, if you want to support and you're asking for higher budgets and stuff like that, then buy a T-shirt, buy an extra ticket. You know, like
buy a hoodie or something.
Even though in the grander scale, it's not going to affect it. Yes, but the little thing will count, and it's going to show when they go to look at all the data and everything. Like, maybe people are enjoying this a little bit more than this something else. You know.
Bottom line is, if you like an event, support it. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, and you know, I like to be critical about different places in the theme park world, and that doesn't reflect my take on the haunt world, because the theme park world, for me, I mean, there's parks that have money that aren't spending it, that are taking advantage of the consumers and everything.
Right.
And I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it.
Yes,
because
you do.
Honestly,
yes,
like,
you do.
yeah, and like, I'm on media lists and stuff like that, but that's not gonna stop me from saying what's right. Like, I have a very good media relationship with multiple people as far as like the theme park world goes.
Right.
But they all know, like, if I'm not receptive to something, or like the rest of the people aren't receptive to something because it genuinely wasn't the right move, then they're going to take that and appreciate that. Right. Every park is different, obviously, but for the most part, if you build out that relationship and build up that trust with people, then they're going to see in a professional way that you're just doing constructive criticism rather than just hating on them completely.
Right.
But man, I feel like we went down a whole rabbit hole.
We did.
Little therapy session here.
Some venting. That's all.
Yeah, Rob and I just we're very passionate, and I hope that you guys enjoy, like, when we have different talks and stuff like this, because I enjoy it. You know, it's not we come from a good place.
We come from a place of love.
Place of hate.
Yeah, we come from a place of love, and we love all these events. We love the community.
And keep in mind that the actors are reliant on their jobs too. Yeah. You know. and not just the actors, but like the people in ticketing and the people who are like maze ops and stuff. They're all reliant on the success of their event. You know,
the ticket booth, the custodians, the merch sellers, like everyone. Like this affects everyone. So, yeah, just remember that.
But with that, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I really did. Or we could just like get canceled for no reason.
No, we're good. We're good.
But yeah, regardless, we'll have all the actor supports behind us. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, because I really enjoyed filming it. There was a lot of haunt news coming out. And if you did, please follow our social medias down below. I guess our social media, Instagram, Haunt Talk, and then Rob and I's separate accounts, Exploring Attractions, The Howling Hour, and subscribe to this channel as well as Rob's channel to keep up to date with all the fun haunt information and stuff like that. But I think that's going to wrap it up for this episode. Have anything else to say?
No. Just spooky season's, it's rolling around. It's right around the corner, and I'm ready. Let's go.
Let's do this. Well, everyone, my name is Scott.
And I'm Rob.
And we have been the Haunt Talk, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. So peace out, everybody.